So sometimes in different arts, they'll explain getting into a base. I refer to this as primal posturing, and it relates to the state training that we talked about earlier. In other words, to develop the switch, and it comes on, then it's off, and let's go to the movies. You're right back into being a person. So what are those physical elements? One of the first ones is curvature of the spine. And you'll see animals do this, cats, right? You'll see when they're stalking. You know, they're getting ready to come get something. Number two is the position of the head. You can say, I'm going to look out of the tops of my eyes, or I'll lower my chin to protect my chin. So spine, position of the head, right? Usually the third thing is softening of the knees. Sometimes when you do these drills, the legs are straight and you kind of feel like this. So it's a little more athletic, they bend, right? Or they soften. If I attach all three of those elements, right? Right, I'm starting to enter into a more, you could say, athletic or a primal state. Bad guys do this automatically. And we want to know these things too, because if I see somebody do this, what does that tell you? You're like, oh, something's about to happen, right?
Yeah.
So we want it on both ends of the scale. The fourth thing is where weight is in the foot. And this allows me to take off explosively. It's like right now it's in the heels. If I had to move forward, I have to overcome that, right? Middle of the foot and in the fronts of the paws. Again, you see cats do this. Right? They'll shift there, they're getting ready to go get you. Mm-hmm. So I point that out because when you go more into that gloves are off state, we're looking for those elements because it makes you better. It helps you transfer energy, your more athletic state to make things happen. So, like a low horse of your preference. So you can train it in a high state, or I just had Jen do it in a lower state. And the benefit of this, obviously, your base is lower and your root should be lower. Those are two different things. One is related to tension in the body, and the other one is just bend your knees and get lower to the ground. So we just did 3 count. 1, 2, 3. So what I'm going to do is add 2 uppercuts so she can train different quadrants. Just up, like that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's the second of 2 fundamental drills we'll play. That's the 5 count. Questions on it? Enough to train it with your partner a little, and we move to the next thing. Let's try it.
Force, and I will drop my whole body into it too, because part of it's like I'm curling my body away and I'm trying to pass it. So, yeah.
Now your favorite part. So, like we said, there's a defensive way to do this and an offensive way to do this. If we put this in a sticky hand drill, it might look like this. We're having that talk. I'm getting more and more upset, so I rip off and I'll defensive. I'll rip off and let her do the 3 count drill. See how it plugs in? And she goes right back in. We'll talk. I might end up in an escort and I get mad. I rip off 3 count drill. Right back into it. You don't understand. I'm the biggest. Get your hands off. 1, 2. So aggressive. See how you can plug the 2 together. And you can put the 5 count drill in. It's plug and play. So, defensive. A lot of times based on time. And timing is an important, timeless tool for you to take with you. Anything you learn. We might get to some gun disarms in a little bit and plug it into this game. Every technique you learn, you should have an option ahead of time and behind time at the least. Defensive shielding is behind time. I surprise her. I snuck up on her and she just imagines to get those hands up and build something to protect herself last minute. If she sees a strike coming in, she's going to attack whatever the attack is. So defensive, like on a hook, she just puts the structure between her head and the blow. Offensively, what she's going to do is, see, she turns the blades of the forearms, shape up, the blades of the forearms, she wants to break my arm off with it. So, right. So she turns it into it again. Right. See the difference in the two. Now this one takes a little more training. This is my go-to. If I'm behind time, well, at least I get something up. But if I see it and I'm able to read it, I'm attacking it. If you're in a shape 1, earlier she just defended. She, like you see her, right away she saw the punch coming. This is pretty common when people want to punch. And we're forcing ourselves to play on the punch right now. She destroys the punch. She drives into it. Same thing here. Right, nice. Yep. Now these things don't cover your arm. There's a space. You have to be aware of this. Your partner will catch those every now and then, and it does what it's supposed to do. Sucks. See the difference. So I have to throw a big pie if you're not used to building these structures. Meaning, plenty of time to think. She drives into it. Plenty of time to think. Show the uppercut. Right. That's it. Questions?
So by driving into it, she's keeping you from hitting max power, right? Kind of knocking you off.
Yeah, I'm cutting the arc off for this drill. And I'm also, go ahead.
No, there's just 2 parts. So you're noticing like there's the turning the structure into it, and then that forward aggressive motion too.
Which also sets you up to become defensive.
And it opens them up. One of the principles they look at is they're in their house too. I'm in my house. She opens this to throw that hook. What did she have to do?
Yeah, break the house. The structure's
The house is open. And if I'm in a system that maintains a fighting measure, I'm agreeing to this fighting measure. Lots of systems do this. But if I'm in a social exchange and something happens, right, I'm destroying. I'm going straight forward. I'm not going to stay in a fighting measure. Not that that's bad, but it's behind time. Does that make sense? So a lot of times when they do this drill, they give me a hook of some type, right? She's open to do it. Unless she's trained, they don't close that quickly too often. Because most people train ahead of time. In my mind, my teacher showed me this is going to work. So their thought process tends to have a pause, which is not a bad thing. It's just your thought pattern for training. See how the drill changed there?
Yeah.
So you can play either one. You may go, I'm not ready for that, but I'll write it down and take it with me. Okay, let's give it a shot and then we'll move on. Offensive shielding. Destroying what's coming in. If you've played the defensive stuff up to this point, this is what you want to get to. Yeah. The KFM attacks. They don't, you'll see systems that'll go like this, they'll bump, and then we'll start to fight. This is not fighting to them. Yeah, that's completely misstart to them. The second I know I'm fighting, I'm violently occupying that space. I'll just go. And they're really good at it. The drawback is, with my legal system here, I have to do that at the right moment. But it's like I said, if the gloves are off, then I am going. Yeah.